Children, we're here, permanency hearing. Mr. Alvey's with us for the department. Ms. Ledbetter's with us representing CASA. Ms. Lucero is with us representing the children. Ms. Grant is with us representing the mother. Ms. Pincha, who's with us. Mr. Michelson is with us representing the father. Mr. Perez. Mr. Michelson, unless he's with mom, and I don't think he is, he's not in the waiting room. Were you expecting him?
No, Your Honor, I've not had contact with him, and I don't expect him to appear.
Okay. And then we have another father. At least I still show another father that's in the case, Juan Morales. Looks like he is an alleged father for Marco. He's not in the waiting room. Mr. Barfield, that was your client. Were you expecting him?
I don't think anyone's had contact, nor have I, Your Honor, but I'm ready to proceed today.
All right, thank you. And then we've got Miss Kincaid for an unknown father for, I guess, all of these kids. So obviously they're not going to be here. So, all right, Miss Grant, we'll give you just a little bit more time, then we're going to go ahead and proceed. Okay, Miss Grant, we're going to have to go ahead and get started.
Thank you, Judge. I'll keep trying, but we're prepared.
So I don't forget to say this later. Our next hearing is going to be the final hearing. I'm going to order that the mom be in your office. And do you have two devices where, we wouldn't need to do that.
We have the capability, Judge, and I have a Spanish-speaking paralegal who can assist me somewhat.
Okay. Well, just so you know, this seems to happen every time we have these hearings. So she needs to be in your office so we've got some control over the situation for the final. So.
Will do, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. All right then, Mr. Alvey, I think everybody's present. I do have a Blynn Weldon in the waiting room. I don't know who that is.
She's the CASA volunteer on the next case, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right then, Mr. Alvey.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would call Alicia Walker. Before you swear her in, Your Honor, the department would request that when we finish today that you order the case to mediation prior to our phone.
Okay.
Where are those three children currently residing?
They're at the Children's Home of Lubbock.
And is that placement meeting all of their needs?
Yes.
Are there any special issues or special needs with any of the children we need to bring to the court's attention today?
Just for Eva, she has another surgery that's going to need to be scheduled. She has her next doctor's appointment on the 14th of this month, and at that appointment, they'll schedule her next surgery.
Has the placement been making sure that all three children have been attending all of their mental health, medical, and dental appointments?
Yes.
And has St. Francis Ministries and the department made sure that Mom Maria is aware of all of the issues that have arisen, especially with Eva?
Yes.
The mother is Maria. She was ordered to work services through a service plan. Has she begun working those services?
Yes.
Has she completed any of those services?
Yes, she's completed her rational behavior therapy, her OSAR, and parenting classes.
Are there any of the services listed in her service plan that she has not completed at this time?
She has not completed therapy. She hasn't completed her AA meetings that were ordered from her OSAR. She told her therapist that she had only attended 2 AA meetings and then she wanted to stop because she said she would just go to church with her sister and pray to God and God would help her to stop drinking. And her therapist told her that she needs to continue going to those. So she continued going. But then I talked to her therapist this past Wednesday and she said again that she was going to stop going because she would just go to church and pray to God. So she still needs to go to those. And she still is she's doing inpatient treatment for alcohol. Outpatient treatment for alcohol as well. I haven't been able to find a place for her to do inpatient.
On the outpatient therapy, has she been attending that on a regular basis?
Yes. Her therapist did say the place that she goes to is notorious for like rescheduling her appointments all the time. So I think she's only gone once.
Do you feel like that she has made advances or progress in determining what the issues in this case are?
I think she has made some progress, and she also, as of yesterday, found a place to live because she's currently living with her sister, and we can't return the kids back to her sister's home. So I told her she was going to have to find a place of her own. And as of yesterday, her landlord texted me and told me she got a 3-bedroom trailer home. And she told her therapist that she wasn't going to move in until she gets her kids back because there's no sense in paying for it if she doesn't have her kids back. But she told me yesterday that she was moving in 2 weeks. So I don't know.
Do you recall what the dismissal date in this case is?
I will have to look. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I show it to be March 31st.
Thank you, Judge. And Ms. Walker, do you feel like that Maria has learned from her services about her drinking issues?
It's difficult to say. It's hard because of the cultural difference in her education understanding. Her therapist doesn't think that she
Objection, Judge.
understands.
I've tried not to object, but there's lots of hearsay coming in from the therapist.
Sustained.
Ms. Walker, just don't tell me what the therapist is, but in your opinion, do you believe that she's learned from these services sufficient to be able to handle the drinking issues?
Honestly, it's difficult to say.
Okay. My understanding is that recently St. Francis Ministries has staffed this case for a change in permanency goals. Is that correct?
Yes, we changed the goals to unrelated adoption.
And have you explained that to Maria?
Yes.
And are there any other services today that the court needs to order Maria to complete so that we can still continue to work towards reunification?
She could go drug screen today.
And are you asking for a UA and a hair follicle drug screen?
Just a UA.
And you would ask that include an alcohol test?
Yes.
Has Maria been exercising visits with the children?
No, she can't have visits until the children's therapist recommends that she can start.
And we have not received that recommendation?
No.
Are the children, no. My understanding is that Eva's 10, Valeria's 8, Marco is 6. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are the children attending therapy on a regular basis?
Yes.
And so if it would be appropriate for visitation, the therapist would be able to tell us.
Yes.
Based upon what you know then, and what you've observed from Maria, would you agree with me that it would be unsafe to return these 3 children home to Maria today?
Yes.
And it would be contrary to their general welfare?
Yes.
Are the children doing well in Lubbock?
Yeah, they're doing great.
Have they made substantial changes from the time that they were removed?
Yes, I would say so.
Are you asking the court then to continue the department as temporary managing conservator at this time?
Yes.
Pass witness, Sean.
All right, thank you. Ms. Walker, part of your report said that the mother does not have a vehicle, so are we going to need to give her a ride to her drug test today?
She usually finds someone to give her a ride every time she's gone.
Okay.
I don't think it would be an issue.
Okay, all right. Okay, Ms. Grant?
Alicia, do you know if the AA meetings are offered in Quiche?
They're in Spanish.
Okay, does she speak Spanish?
Yeah, sometimes I'm not able to get a keychain interpreter, so I have to use a Spanish interpreter and she understands it.
Okay. And are all of her other services offered in Keychain?
They're in Spanish.
Okay, so everything we do is in Spanish, but that seems to be working for this case.
Yes, sometimes her therapist is able to get a keychain interpreter though, but she's also not always able to get a keychain interpreter for those.
Okay. And is the therapist for the children the same as the therapist for the mother, or are they different?
They're different.
And have the therapists, to your knowledge, been in communication with one another to begin therapeutic contact if appropriate?
No.
Do you think it would be beneficial to the mother and the children, since we're coming up on a dismissal date at our next hearing, to get those therapists in contact with each other to start some type of visitation if possible?
Yes,
In a,
we can do that.
and in a therapeutic environment, would you agree?
Yes.
Okay, and if I can assist you in any way, would you please contact my office and let me know?
Yes, I can.
Thank you. Pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Ms. Walker, have the children indicated whether or not they want visitation with their mother?
They do.
Okay. All right, thank you. Mr. Michelson?
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Walker, you're the author of the report, right?
Yes.
Okay, and the mother told you that she had no contact information for Juan Perez. Is that correct?
Right.
Okay. Have you been able to find any contact information from him through other sources?
I did ask the children if they remembered who their dad was, and they all said they don't remember his name. And I have reached out to the Guatemalan consulate, but I'm not sure if they can do anything since we don't have their birthdays. And I haven't heard back from them, so.
Okay. Pass the witness, Your Honor.
Mr. Barfield?
Thank you. Ma'am, my questions would be the same in regards to my client, Mr. Morales. To date, has anyone heard anything from this gentleman, or have you or anyone that you're aware of had any contact information from him?
No.
Okay. Do you anticipate? Well, that's a stupid question. That's all the questions I have, Judge.
All right, thank you. Ms. Kincaid?
Thank you, Your Honor. Has Maria named any other potential fathers in this case?
No.
So she hasn't given you any names of anyone else that could potentially be a father?
No.
Okay, thank you. I'll pass witness.
All right, Ms. Lucero?
Ms. Walker, as far as the mother, you'd stated earlier that she has started and stopped her AA meetings. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Is she having to attend those in person, or are they offered online?
They're in person.
Okay. But would it be possible for her to attend online? The reason I'm asking, you stated earlier she doesn't have transportation, she has transportation issues. Could the mother possibly take those AA classes online in Spanish if they're not? Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. And then, no, you're fine. And then you also stated that you had made a change in goals to possibly, to unrelated adoption. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, but the kids aren't in a foster home. They're in a children's home right now. So they're not with any type of, they're not with potential adoptive parents or anything like that. Isn't that correct?
Right.
Okay. I'll pass the witness.
All right, anyone have further questions for Ms. Walker? All right, Mr. Alley, any other witnesses?
No, Your Honor, I'll rest.
All right, thank you. Ms. Grant, any witnesses?
No, Your Honor, we'll rest.
Thank you. Mr. Michelson?
No witnesses. We rest.
Mr. Barfield?
Rest and close.
Ms. Kincaid?
Rest, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Lucero, recommendations?
Recommendation, John, just for the St. Francis to remain temporary managing conservator of the children and continue the children's placement. I agree with Ms. Grant that it'd be a good idea. You know, we're late into this case, and the therapist haven't had contact to possibly move forward with the mother and the children getting to visit, since the kids do want to see their mom. So that's my recommendation, Your Honor.
Okay, well, I'm all for it, but I need a therapist to tell me they think it's in the children's best interest. Then if if the therapist says that, then I would think that we should start visitation immediately. So, okay. Then I will continue the department as temporary manager conservator, continue the current placements. I'll order the mother to both UA and alcohol drug screen by 4 p.m. today, and I will order this case to mediation. I did have one question, Ms. Walker. I read your report. As far as Eva, as I read it, I guess what the doctors are saying is they're going to go in and stop the growth of the one leg because of the of the legs. Is that what the plan is for that next surgery?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. Again, I will set the final in this case for March 5th, 2025. That will be by Zoom like today's hearing, so parties and attorneys can go on the court's online docket a day or two in advance to see exactly what time we'll have that hearing. And again, Ms. Grant, advise your client ordering her to be in your office for that hearing so that we can deal with any of the issues like we've had this morning. So,
Thank you, Judge. Will do.
okay, thank you. All right, that will conclude.
Mr. Graff is with us representing the department. Casa is with us with Miss Ledbetter. Miss Lucero is with us representing the children. Mr. Michelson is with us representing one of the alleged fathers, Juan Perez. He is not with us. Mr. Barfield is with us representing another alleged father, Juan Morales. He is not with us. Ms. Kincaid is with us representing any unknown fathers. And Ms. Grant is with us representing the mother. And I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I'm just going to call her Miss Maria Simone. I can't pronounce the last name, but she is present. I have Alicia Walker, Stephanie Corbett, and Tanjua Cheryl in the waiting room.
And they are all my witnesses, Your Honor. Ms. Cheryl is the therapist, and Ms. Corbett and Ms. Walker are social workers.
And who do you need in right now?
Probably Ms. Walker.
Okay. All right. Ms. Walker is with us. So, Mr. Graff, you can call your first witness.
That would be Alicia Walker, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Walker, if you'd raise your right hand, please.
Ms. Walker, who are you currently employed by?
St. Francis Ministries
Okay, and how long have you been with St. Francis?
for 3 years now.
And what is your current position?
I'm a permanency specialist.
Okay, and what training or experience do you have in child welfare, permanency planning, and termination cases?
Well, I was with the state for 3 years before working with St. Francis, so I have a total of 6 years experience doing this.
Okay, and are you familiar with the okay, and their mother is who?
Maria Simon.
Okay, and how did you become involved in this case?
I was assigned this case whenever her children were removed from her last year due to the girls being sexually used by her boyfriend.
Okay, and how often do you review the case file and the circumstances in this case?
Every month I visit the kids and visit Maria in Oklahoma.
Okay, and have you been responsible for ensuring compliance with the children's permanency plan?
Yes.
Okay, and where are the children currently placed?
They are all three in a group home together in Lubbock.
Okay, and how long have they been in their current placement?
Since October of 2024.
Okay, and how are they doing in that placement?
They're doing really good. Marco has some issues behaving every once in a while, throws tantrums every once in a while, and then the only concern we have for Eva is just her hip dysplasia, but other than that, the kids are great.
Okay, and any other besides the hip, Eva's hip issues, are there any physical, emotional, or outstanding physical or emotional or educational needs?
No.
Okay. Do any of the other children have any outstanding medical needs besides Eva?
No.
Okay. And then how are their current placement meeting those needs?
They take them to the doctor every once in a while. They go to school I mean, they have all their needs met at their placement.
Okay. And are the children bonded with their caregivers?
Yes.
Okay. What were the reasons the state became involved in this case? You mentioned there was abuse.
Yes. Valeria and Eva made an outcry that her boyfriend Jose.
We're here on a status hearing. Mr. Albie's with us for the department. Ms. Ledbetter is with us with CASA. And I've let in Glenn Weldon. I believe that was the worker on this case, correct, Ms. Ledbetter?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, thank you. Ms. McDaniel is with us representing the children. Ms. Lucero is with us representing the mother. Ms. Silva, who is with us, and Ms. Grant is with us representing the father, I show Jose Montoya. Ms. Grant, I have a Jose Lopez in the waiting room. Could that be your client?
It's possible, Judge.
Let's see if it is. And then I have Asia McIntyre. She's your worker, I bet.
She is, Your Honor.
Okay. Let's get the Jose Lopez in just to see. All right, then that accounts for all of the parties, and I have no one in the waiting room. So, Mr. Albie, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would call Miss Tasha McIntyre.
All right, thank you. Mr. Albie.
Thank you, Your Honor. Miss McIntyre, you're a St. Francis Ministries permanency specialist.
I am.
In that capacity, you are familiar with Javier, child subject of this case.
Yes, I am.
And where is Javier currently placed?
He is placed in a foster home down south.
Can you give me a county or a town?
In Region 7.
If I tell you my records reflect Bell County, would that be correct?
That's correct.
Thank you. And is Javier's placement meeting all of Javier's needs at this time?
They are.
How is Javier doing in that current placement?
He's doing well. Picking up everything like any normal baby, wanting to put everything in his mouth, running around, happy, up to date on medical, just doing extremely well.
And does placement make sure that Javier has been meeting or being taken to all of his medical appointments?
Yes, sir, with the most recent one being on December 31st.
Child's mother is Natalie Silva.
That's correct.
Child's father is Jose Lopez Montoya.
That is correct.
And have you been in contact with both of the parents?
I had some trouble getting a hold of Natalie, but we got in contact yesterday through her attorney helping out. And I've been in contact with Jose off and on due to some phone issues, but I have been in contact.
All right, let's talk about Natalie first. Have you been able to communicate with Natalie and develop a service plan with her?
I was unable to get a hold of her to develop the service plan or go over it, but we do have an appointment on Monday to go over it. I did discuss over the phone about that service plan and what it would entail. But yesterday was the first time I got in contact with her.
And you outlined your service plan in the court report that you filed?
That's correct.
And you filed a proposed service plan with the court?
That's correct.
And did you do the best that you could with the lack of contact that you have to develop that service plan based upon what Natalie's issues are by the review of your file?
Yes, I did.
If after your discussions with Ms. Silva and her attorney concerning that service plan, it needs to be modified, you don't have any objections to modifying that?
Absolutely not.
But at this time, you're asking the court to order the service plan as outlined in the court report?
Yes, sir, I am.
Jose Lopez Montoya, you said, had some contact with you. Were you able to develop a service plan with him, or did you develop that one outside of his contact also?
I also developed it outside the contact. We had a meeting set, unable to get a hold of him due to phone issues. So I developed it on my own as well.
And again, have you sent that plan to him or his attorney? And do you know if they've received that?
I have not. I barely got back in contact with him as well, yesterday and this morning.
Again, if after further discussions with Mr. Lopez Montoya and his attorney, you feel like that the plan needs to be modified, you will contact me and we can attempt to modify it.
Absolutely.
In the meantime, are you asking the court to approve the proposed plan that was outlined in the court report and filed with the court?
Yes, sir, I am.
Do you know where Miss Silva is currently residing,
The town, I do.
and where is that?
Amarillo, Texas. She has asked that the location not be disclosed in this court hearing.
Have you been able to go to that residence?
Not yet, but I have it scheduled for Monday at 1:00 after we got in contact yesterday.
And as far as you know, Miss Silva has not begun working any services at all.
No,
So you would agree with me that any issues that were related to the removal of her child have not been alleviated, as far as you can tell.
that's correct.
As far as Mr. Lopez Montoya is concerned, do you know where he's living?
In Dalhart.
Have you been able to go to his residence?
I have not.
He also has not begun any services at this time.
That's correct.
But you would agree with me that the reasons for the removal of the child from him have not been alleviated at this time.
That's correct.
Would you agree with me that it would be unsafe to return Javier to either parent today,
Yes, sir.
and that it would be contrary to Javier's general welfare to do so?
Yes, sir.
Are you asking the court to continue the department as temporary managing conservator of Javier until the parents have worked the services, or at least started working the services as set forth in your service plans?
Yes, I am.
Have either parent had any visitation with Javier?
Yes, they have had joint virtual visitation, which I actually separated yesterday at my request, but mom agreed that those do need to be separated. So they're going to start having 1 hour individually and not together anymore.
Do you think that's in Javier's best interest?
Absolutely.
Are those, I mean, you said that Javier is in Region 7. I don't know exactly where Region 7 is, but it seems like that's probably a pretty good drive. Are y'all doing those visits virtually? How are you doing those visits?
Yes, sir. We're doing them virtually. We do currently have a home study out there for a relative placement. So we're hoping that those can be in person at some point, but right now they're virtually.
Thank you, Ms. McIntyre. I'll pass the witness, Sherman.
All right, thank you. Ms. Lucero?
Thank you. Ms. McIntyre, once you were able to make contact with my client, Natalie, was she cooperative with you in just forthcoming with information, things like that?
Yes, and the one phone call that we had yesterday, she was very respectful, forthcoming, and look forward to meeting her on Monday.
All right, thank you. And I was just wanted to follow up as far as the home study. Do you know where we're at on that?
It was conducted and it's being wrote up right now.
Okay. And as soon as that y'all make a decision on that, you'll let the parties know, let the attorneys know.
We will. It'll have to be something I need to staff with my supervisor because mom did bring another name of a relative forward to me yesterday.
Okay.
So that will need to be discussed as well, that she said she discussed with you also.
Yes. Okay. All right. And I'll be in contact with you after. All right. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Grant?
Tasia, you still have all my contact information and can shoot me that service plan by email, correct?
Yes, ma'am. I'll send it as soon as this court hearing's over. And it also has been filed with the court earlier in the week on Monday.
Oh, perfect. I may have it downloaded then. Thank you and good to see you.
Good to see you.
All right, then, Ms. McDaniel?
No questions, Your Honor.
All right. Tasia, it sounds like these parents haven't been very good so far about staying in contact with you. Not only was domestic violence a problem here, but drinking was a problem too, correct?
That's correct.
Do you need any kind of drug test from the parents today?
If we could, court order a UA today, that would be great, and I'm gonna set that up.
And you want also an alcohol test?
Yes, if we could have it done by Monday, just because of the weather,
Okay.
that would be great.
So mom's in Amarillo, so that makes Care Express the logical place. Is that just about close for Mr. Montoya as anywhere else?
Dumas would probably be the closest for Mr. Montoya.
Okay. All right. All right, thank you. Mr. Alvey, anything further?
No, Your Honor. I'll rest.
All right, Ms. Lucero, any witnesses?
No witnesses, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Grant, any witnesses?
No, Your Honor, I've provided my client through the chat my contact information again and requested he call me, and I'll go over that service plan with him.
Okay, thank you. All right, Ms. McDaniel, did you have any witnesses?
No, Your Honor, no witnesses.
All right, then, Ms. McDaniel, recommendations?
Your Honor, I would recommend that the child is continuing at his placement until parents can start their services and things like that. I know that the home study has been done and another relative is brought up. I just think that would be something we should try to get going as soon as we can, so we could get the kid closer and maybe get a couple of in-person visits since he's so young.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right, Costa, have anything to add?
Nothing to add, Your Honor. That would have been our recommendation as well.
Okay, all right then. I will continue the department as temporary conservator. I'll continue Javier's current placement. I'll order the services for each parent as contained in their service plans, and I will order that both parents UA and alcohol drug screen by 4 p.m. on Monday, January 13th. Ms. Silva, yours will be for sure at Care Express here in Amarillo on Ross Osage Street. And Mr. Montoya, you can either go to, what is it in CDT? Or am I getting them mixed up?
No, I think that's correct, Your Honor.
That's correct, Your Honor.
CDT and Dumas, Mr. Montoya, you can go to that testing facility, or you can go to Care Express in Amarillo by 4 p.m. Monday. Just let Ms. McIntyre know which one you want to go to so she can get the appropriate forms over to them before you go. Okay?
Yes, sir.
And I'll tell both of you, if you decide to go to Care Express, I don't know what the weather's going to do today or tomorrow, but Care Express, I believe, is still open on Saturday. I doubt that CDT and Dumas is. So just to let you know, but the court will expect both of you to have those tests by 4 p.m. on Monday. Okay, that will conclude this hearing. Our next hearing will be the initial permanency hearing. That will be on May 2nd, 2025. It will be by Zoom, just like today's hearing, so parties and attorneys can go on the court's online docket a day or two in advance of May 2nd to see exactly what time we'll have that hearing.
Judge, I may have missed it, but I don't know if you've admonished the parents to the court.
I haven't yet.
Okay, thank you.
I was just about to. Ms. Silva, if you'll unmute. Okay. This is for Ms. Silva and Mr. Montoya. I need to admonish you that the services contained in your service plan, even though you may not have seen them since you weren't in very good contact, they become a court order today. At a final hearing, if you have not worked, your parental rights could be altered or terminated. Do you both understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And I'll just tell you, I've been doing this for 13 plus years. I've noticed a pattern. If you don't stay in contact with the caseworker, especially between the adversary hearing and the status hearing, it's not looking good for you. So I would admonish both of you. Things are going to go a lot easier for you if you're available to Ms. McIntyre. Do you both understand that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. That will conclude this hearing.
Mr. Alvey's with us for the department. Ms. Ledbetter is with us for CASA. Ms. McDaniel is with us representing the child. Ms. Lucero is with us representing the mother, Ms. Silva, who is with us. Ms. Grant is with us representing the father, Mr. Montoya. He is not with us, Ms. Grant. He's not in the waiting room.
Okay, he could have been reaching out to let us know he wouldn't be present, Judge, but I'm prepared.
Okay. All right. I do have Tasia McIntyre in the waiting room.
That's the permanency specialist, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, we'll get her in.
Could I have like a 2-3 minute breakout room with Miss Silva, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. All right, looks like they're coming back to us now.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, are you ready to proceed then, Ms. Lucero?
Yes, I am.
All right. Mr. Albee?
Judge, I don't know if you've called the case. If you
Oh,
have,
I don't
I'm
think I
ready to
have
proceed.
I? No. Oh, yes, Amy says I did.
Good enough. Then I would call Miss Tasha McIntyre.
That's correct.
Okay.
And where is he currently placed?
In a foster home in Bell County.
And is that placement meeting all of his needs at this time?
Absolutely.
Any special issues or special needs that we need to raise with the court today?
No, Javier's doing great in placement. He's just thriving, walking more and more and talking more.
The placement's making sure that he's attending all of his scheduled medical appointments.
Yes, sir.
Child's mother is Natalie Silva.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Silva was ordered to work services through a service plan.
That's correct.
And is she actively working those services at this time?
Yes, she is. She finished her psychosocial, her individual therapy, and her parenting, and then also the women's support group. She's already completed those.
Any specific services that she has not completed at this time?
The only thing she lacks is her driver's license and her own place to live.
And has St. Francis been helping her in attempting to obtain those services?
Yes, I've also been working with CASA, and they've offered to help with like a deposit on an apartment and stuff. So we've all been working together to help her.
Is Ms. Silva been able to exercise any visits with Javier?
Yes, she has, and we actually just upped them to twice a week.
And are those, in Bell County is not real close, are those virtual visits or are they in-person visits?
They are virtual, but if she would like in person, she knows that's available, and foster mom will accommodate that if she can make it down there.
Child's father is Jose Lopez Montoya,
That's correct.
and he was also ordered to work services through a service plan.
Yes, sir.
And is he also actively working those services?
No, sir.
Has he attempted to work any of the services that you're aware of?
Not to my knowledge.
When was the last time you had contact with Mr. Montoya?
Until last night, he replied to my email with the court link in it and said he would be here, but before that was February.
Because you've not had any contact or limited contact with Mr. Montoya, are you aware of what his current environment is, where he's living or what he's doing for a living?
We've been, Costa and myself have been to the house multiple times, unable to locate him. And we also were told that he was working at Dollar General, and we attempted to go there as well and unable to get him to locate him either.
Previously, Ms. Silva had concerns that Mr. Montoya was continuing to harass her. Is that still a concern with the department?
Yes, last time I spoke to her, he's still downloading different phone numbers. After she blocks him, he's still continuing to try to contact her.
To start with, as far as Javier, or first of all, has Mr. Montoya had any visitation with Javier at this time?
His visits are offered weekly, just like Natalie's, but as of April 1, he had missed 17 visits.
Do you agree with me that it would not be safe to return Javier to Mr. Montoya at this time?
Absolutely.
And it would be contrary to Javier's general welfare to do so?
Absolutely.
As far as Ms. Silva is concerned, until she can accommodate Javier, would it be contrary to Javier's general welfare to return him to her today?
Until she gets her driver's license and her own housing, yes.
And it would not be safe to return him today?
That's correct.
Are you asking then for the court to continue the department as temporary managing conservator of Javier and continue to work with Ms. Silva to help her alleviate the obstacles that are occurring at this time?
Yes, sir.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
right, thank you. Ms. Lucero?
Your
Thank
Honor,
you.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I just got an email from my client that his link is not working. I'm going to try to resend, but he is attempting to log in.
Okay, I'll watch the waiting room.
My apologies, Lorraine.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Go ahead, Lorraine.
Ms. McIntyre, so again, Natalie's completed all her services, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, and currently is she residing with her mother and stepfather?
Yes, in a one-bedroom apartment.
Okay, and I know that it could be crowded. Okay, I understand that, but the child is small. Does the department oppose possibly, if the court agrees, like either today or eventually, letting the child come home to her, since she's done everything that she can do, because she's working on housing and driver's license, and let the child reside there in the home? I mean, does the department oppose that?
I would have to staff that up, but we did attempt to do a home study on her mom and her stepdad, and they refused the home study, and those are the ones that she lives with.
Okay, and do you know what? And I'm sorry, I don't have that copy of that denied home study in front of me. Do you know why it was denied?
No, her mom denied to do it. She
Her
refused
mom.
to even let them
Okay.
in because of her job and stepdad's new job and traveling.
Okay, all right then. So, but even if Natalie was in that home, did y'all do any type of background check on the mom or the stepdad?
Yes, I did. Prior to requesting the home study, I did pull background checks.
Okay, was there anything that you found of concerning to where the child would be unsafe in the home?
There were a little bit of concerns, but some years had passed through those concerns, so it's something I would have to staff up.
Okay, but if it weren't for the housing situation, would you agree with me that Javier would be safe with Natalie?
Oh, absolutely. Her visits go great. She cares for him. She asks me quite often how he's doing. I have no concerns with Natalie outside of her housing in her transportation.
Okay, and as far as I see that y'all completed a home study on a Miss Sanchez, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, and that was approved?
Approved with concerns, yes, ma'am.
Approved with concerns. Okay, but that would put the child closer to Natalie to where she could see him in person more often. Would you agree?
It would, but mom has expressed concerns to me about that placement.
Okay, and we'll address those. Okay, so at this time, is it just based on Natalie's concerns that y'all aren't asking to place the child with Miss Sanchez, or is there something else?
There's more.
There's more. Okay, and what is that?
That is father's, so paternal uncle's baby mama. They all hang out a lot. They're in the same town. Criminal history around the brother. There is quite a bit.
Okay, all right. Okay, I'll pass the witness.
All right, Ms. Grant?
My apologies, I was muted. Tasia, just to reiterate, you're having struggles with emails and different phone numbers and communication methods, the same as us, correct? With Mr. Montoya?
That's correct. And that's why I started sending emails with you CC'd on there, because he's stating that I'm not attempting. Also leaving, I've left notes on his front door every time I've attempted to visit and took a picture of those notes on the front door as well.
Okay, pass the witness, Judge.
All right. Ms. McDaniel?
No questions, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Albee
Judge,
from the department?
I have a couple of follow-up questions.
Okay.
Tasia, the home study, just to be clear, the home study was done, it's really a family member of father. Is that correct?
It would be Javier's paternal uncle's girlfriend.
Okay. And though we did the home study, there are still some serious concerns that family interacts with with Miss Sanchez on a regular basis.
Yes, and there's still continued law enforcement call outs to Javier's or Jose's address, and he lives with his mom. And also the backup caregivers that Giselle did give us would be Jose's brother and Jose's sister. And those are high concerns for us.
So even though the home study passed, we're not sure that it would be safe to return Javier or place Javier in that home at this time.
I do not feel like it'd be beneficial. And also that would be all the way in Dalhart. Natalie's in Amarillo. She doesn't have her driver's license. And it's just a concern for us.
Thank you, Tasha. I will pass with you, Sean.
All right, anyone else questions for Tasia? All right, Mr. Albee, anything further from the department?
No, Your Honor, I'll rest.
All right, thank you. Ms. Lucero, any witnesses?
Your Honor, I call Ms. Silva.
All right. Ms. Silva, if you'd unmute, please.
Okay. Ms. Silva, you heard my questions to Ms. McIntyre, is that correct?
Yes.
And you heard her responses?
Yes.
Okay. And do you share her concerns regarding Javier being placed with Ms. Sanchez?
I do have those concerns as well.
Okay. Is the main reason that you would like him placed there is that way he would be a bit closer?
Yes, that is the reason, is because I haven't seen him in forever and I would want him closer.
Okay. Now, you're currently living with your parents, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And it's a 1-bedroom house, correct? Or apartment?
Yes.
Okay. Is there a way, and I know that it'd be crowded, but I mean, crowded can be okay. Is there a space that you could set apart? I know that you sleep in the living room, maybe set up a little bed or playpen or something for Javier to sleep in there at your parents' home.
Yes.
Okay. And have you discussed that possibility with your parents?
Yes.
Okay. And is it that they don't want Javier in the home? Is that the reason that they didn't want to do the home study, or do you know?
No, they were in between jobs at the time. My mom recently has a job, and now I have a job, and my stepdad has a job as well, and he's never in town. It's like an out job.
Okay. And how long has it been, Natalie, since you've seen Javier in person?
Since November 13th.
Okay. All right then. And so would you like the court to consider possibly placing him with you? And then of course CPS or the department would still be involved, or St. Francis, and they could still monitor you and things like that?
Yes.
Okay. And would you complete any steps that they would ask of you or the court orders you to do before possibly placing Javier with you?
Yes.
Okay. Are you working towards getting your what do you need to get your driver's license? What's the status there?
I kind of just set me up an appointment. I've never thought about getting my driver's license because my mom always takes me everywhere I need to go and my work and everything.
Okay. And how old are you, Natalie?
I'm 22.
Okay. All right then. Okay, I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Albee, any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Grant?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. McDaniel?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Ms. Silva, if you'd unmute again, please. Will your parents be, if I was to order a home study on your parents now, would they be amenable to having that done now that they have jobs?
Yes.
Were they just worried that it might be denied because they didn't have employment?
Yes, and they didn't know how, because they were in between jobs. They said that they didn't know how they would financially make it work.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay, all right. Well, I'll tell you, I'm not comfortable with placing with the Miss Sanchez after what I've heard, but would you like me to go ahead? I can order what's called an expedited home study, which means it should go faster on your parents' home. Or would you like me to do that today?
Yes.
Because if they pass a home study, I think with a child that young, I think y'all could make it work in a 1-bedroom apartment or house, whatever it is. So, but I'd want to do that home study. So I'll be happy to order that today. What are your parents' names?
Jessica Davis. And then Brandon Davis.
Okay.
Your Honor, if I may, real quick, I had
Yeah.
already requested that home study, so all I have to do is send a quick email and ask them to reinstate that home study. So they already have all the information.
Great. All right. Okay, then. Does anyone else have any further witnesses today?
No, Your Honor.
All right.
No,
Then.
Your Honor.
Ms. McDaniel, recommendations?
Thank you, Your Honor. I would agree that once we've received a completed and accepted home study, I think that returning favor to his mom would be in his best interest. He's doing very well in placement. I'm too against placing him with Giselle at this time. Placement also reiterated that he doesn't like being away from her. She thinks he would be a lot more comfortable with mom. The visits with mom go very well. Mom is paying attention to him, wants to know about him, even sending diapers and clothes to him when he needs it. Very, very helpful. So if we could get that home study done and passed, I think it would be good to place him there.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Ms. Ledbetter, Casa, have anything to add?
Your Honor, we're in agreement with Ms. McDaniel. We would also recommend that visits with Father Jose be suspended until he starts engaging in some services.
Yeah, I read that and I was going to do that already. So, okay, thank you. Okay, then, based on what I've heard today, then I will continue the department as temporary managing conservator, continue Javier's current placement. I'll order that Mr. Montoya's visitation be suspended until he begins his services and also until he provides a negative hair strand and UA drug screen. I will order that the home study on Jessica and Brandon Davis be expedited. I was going to set the next hearing for August 22nd. If that home study passes, Mr. Albee, I don't know if we'd need a court order. I would be fine if I could order today that if the home study passes, we place with mom, or we can come back, or I can sign an agreed order. How would you want to handle that?
Judge, I don't think that we have any real issues. So if the home study passes, we would agree to just place the child there. Okay. Ms. McIntyre is advising me that she has one or two other questions of the court. If it please the court to hear her questions.
Sure.
I do have a few questions. When it comes to placing with Natalie, obviously we're all for that. She's stepped up. She's done what she needs to do. My concern is she is currently pregnant with Jose's other child, and he is not leaving her alone. It is repetitive. She's blocking him. He's making her cry. Is there anything? That's where my only concern would be is if Javier is with her, he's already not leaving her alone. And
Your Honor, if I may interject, he just said he is in the waiting room, and perhaps if he came in, the court could admonish him directly as to behaviors.
I've got a phone number in the waiting room, so
that's him. I finally just sent him the phone number and told him if nothing else to please call.
Okay, he's here with us. You want to call him?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Montoya, I think I just let you in on a phone line ending in 166. If that's you, you need to unmute.
All right, Your Honor. Sorry about that.
All right. Are you Mr. Montoya?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Montoya, you need to raise your right hand. You swear the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Grant?
Mr. Montoya, have you been receiving the phone calls and emails from my office or the caseworker?
No, ma'am.
Has your phone number changed since you last reported it to the caseworker?
Yes, ma'am. But the caseworker does have my mother's number, and yeah, her phone number hasn't changed since then.
Okay. Do you understand, though, that part of the requirement of the case is for you to stay in contact and provide contact information?
Yes, ma'am. A while back, my phone had got stolen, and that was another issue due to my phone being stolen.
Okay, if I send you an email after this hearing with a copy to the caseworker, could you please reply all to that email and provide your current contact information with employer, phone number, and address?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, are you willing to arrange an appointment with the caseworker to visit your home?
Yes, ma'am.
And where are you working right now, sir?
I'm working here in Dollar General in Dalhart, Texas.
Okay. And could you get copies of your pay stubs from there and provide proof of employment to the caseworker at your earliest convenience?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you can either send those by email or text, whichever is easiest for you to get those to her as quickly as possible. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is there a reason why you've been unable to attend your visitations, sir?
Yes, ma'am. I'm a manager at the dollar store where I work at, and being a manager is that's probably the biggest part, me not missing work, being a manager over there.
Okay. And are you aware that that in order to begin those visitations, you need to engage in services?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And
my services with TASA, the ones she put me on, and some of them were Spanish, and I couldn't pursue it because of being obviously in Spanish, and I'm not Spanish.
Okay, so Tasia will help you reset those if you contact her immediately. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you were in Fatherhood Fire and you didn't attend the first one. Is that the one you're referring to that was offered in Spanish?
There was kind of two of them that were in Spanish, and I reached out to them and let them know that about it being in Spanish, and they said that they would get back.
Okay, now I need to approach another topic with you. Do you understand that you're not to contact Miss Silva?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you been contacting Miss Silva at any point?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the judge is going to order you today to not contact Miss Silva. Do you understand that anything the judge admonishes you to do is an order of this court and you can't violate that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Tasia will contact you again for a random drug screen, and you understand your drug screens must be clean before you can have contact with a child in a CPS case. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's not necessarily a law, but in your case, that's a requirement, and I need you to do that ASAP, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions for the court that you're unclear on or need to ask the court or your caseworker?
I was looking into a new caseworker just due to the fact that I see kind of a favoritism in this, you know.
Okay.
I mean,
Well, I will tell you, I'm your attorney, and I will tell you that Tasia is a very good caseworker. She has copied me on all of the communications, and she is trying to reach you. And so if you will contact my office, I will help facilitate that. But I have made no motion to replace your caseworker just based on the efforts I've seen made in this case and my knowledge of this caseworker. Do you understand that?
yes, ma'am, I guess.
Okay. And if you'll contact me, I can explain further if you will call the office on Monday. Can you do that?
I mean, every time I contact you, I mean, it's not going through or I'm not hearing. I mean, I've been contacting you for a while now through email and through the phone calls, and they just tell me to email you.
Okay. And you got my emails today and we're able to get on to the hearing, correct?
Correct. It's the same email that I've had messaged for.
Right. And have
a
you
while.
did you receive our messages yesterday after you called the office and both myself and my staff tried to call you back? Did you receive those messages?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Have you checked your voicemail or your missed call log?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So neither myself or Tasia are able to reach you. So contact my office, or I tell you what, you reply to the email that has all your contact information on it, and both myself and Tasia will call you together on the phone. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll all get on the same page that way. But do you have any other further questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, pass the witness, Judge.
Mr. Albee, you think of him?
I don't think so, Your Honor. I think that Ms. Grant's covered the issues that we might have.
All right, Ms. Lucero?
No questions, Your Honor.
Ms. McDaniel?
No questions, Your Honor.
Okay. Since Mr. Montoya was not with us, I'll go ahead and re-announce my ruling in today's case. So I will continue the department as temporary managing conservator. I'll continue Javier's current placement. I'm going to order that Mr. Montoya's visitation is suspended until he starts his services, and also suspended until he provides a negative hair strand and UA drug screen. I will order the home study on Jessica and Brandon Davis to be expedited. I'm going to order no contact between Mr. Montoya and Ms. Silva of any type, that be phone, virtual, or in person. Mr. Montoya, you weren't there on the hearing, but there's been testimony that you've been continually harassing and trying to contact Ms. Silva. Do you acknowledge that?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, let me tell you, I've just entered an order that you can't contact her in any form. And I'll tell you that that's punishable by contempt and jail time. And if it's proven to this court that you're continuing to try to contact her, I won't hesitate at all to enter a contempt order against you and place you in jail. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. No exceptions to that. Okay. I'm going to set the next permanency hearing for August 22nd, 2025. It will be by Zoom like today's hearing. So parties can ask their lawyers or go on the court's online docket to see what time we'll have that hearing. And as we've all agreed, I think that if that home study passes, there's no need to come to court to get an order to make that placement change. If anybody's not comfortable doing it that way, just send me an agreed order and I'll sign it immediately. So, okay, that will conclude this hearing.
Your Honor, may I interject one last thing for the record?
Yes.
I have sent the email to Mr. Montoya that we have discussed with a copy to the caseworker in an effort to set up a conference call with the three of us, and that is in his message box.
Okay.
Your
All
Honor,
righty.
may I have a breakout room with Miss Grant just for a quick second?
You bet.
Awesome.
Sure. Do you want just the two of you, Tasia?
Yeah, that's fine. I just need to talk to her real quick.
Okay. All right. All right. We'll be in recess on this case. Y'all have a good weekend, and I'll be back here very shortly to call it down.
With us for the department, Ms. Ledbetter's with us representing CASA. Ms. McDaniel, she represents the child. She could not be with us, but she has sent me a report, which I'll get to here briefly. Ms. Lucero's with us representing the mother, Ms. Silva. She is not with us. I say that. I have someone on a phone line I'll bring in just a second. And then Ms. Grant is with us representing the father, Mr. Montoya. He is not with us. Ms. Grant, were you expecting your client?
No, Your Honor, I was not, but I am ready and have spoken with him.
Okay, thank you. And then Ms. Lucero, were you expecting Ms. Silva?
Your Honor, I was expecting Miss Silva. I don't know if she's the one on the phone line or not, so.
Okay, let's bring her in. Otherwise, I have Ashley Cross in the waiting room. Is she involved in this case?
No, Your Honor. Tori Cook, I think, would be the caseworker in this case.
Okay, I don't have her in the waiting room. I've got Cody Pirtle. He's here for a hearing, a couple of hearings down. And I have Ashley Cross, and I'm about to bring in this phone line. So
Tori Cook is in Judge Darnell's court this morning. She's hoping to get done in time, but if not, we're ready to go. I can proceed with it.
All right. Thank you, Marvell. Okay, this is Judge Graham. We're getting ready to start a Dallam County case. Someone in on a phone line ending in 310. If you can unmute and tell me who you are, please.
Okay. Yeah, Johnny Parker, sorry.
Who are you?
Johnny Parker.
And what case are you here on?
The Monty Hunt.
All right.
That's the next case.
Sir, that's not. And who are you though? How are you involved?
I'm the father of the baby.
Okay, well, I don't have you. I had an unknown father, and then I had an alleged father as Alex Hunt, not you. So anyway, your case is not set till 9:30, so I'm going to put you back in the waiting room until we get to your case.
Oh.
That should be interesting. Okay, it's like
always a bucket full of surprises, Judge.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be one of those Mondays on Friday, it looks like. So. Okay, Tori Cook is with us now. That was your worker?
It is, Your Honor.
Okay, let's get her in. Mr. Albee.
Judge, my computer tells me it's about to restart. I'm going to try to snooze that, but if something happens, we'll try to work through it. In the meantime, Ms. Cook, you're a St. Francis Ministries primacy specialist?
Yes.
In that capacity, you are familiar with Javier, the child is subject to this case?
Yes.
And he is approximately a year old?
Yes.
And where is he currently placed?
He is currently placed with his grandmother in Amarillo, and mom is actually also residing in that residence.
And is that placement meeting all of his needs at this time?
Yes, it is.
Is the placement making sure that this child is going to all of his regular medical appointments?
Yes.
And are there any issues, special needs or special issues with this child that we need to make the court aware of today?
No big concerns. We did get him evaluated for ECI, and they have just begun services for him. Just some communication and social interactions, but nothing of big concern.
Child's mother is Natalie Silva, and you've already testified that Natalie is residing in the same home with the child and with Natalie's mother. Has she worked the services that were ordered that she worked through the service plan?
Yes, she has completed all of her services.
And has anybody been monitoring her visitation or connection with the child at this time?
At this time, yes, all of her interaction with Javier is supervised by either her mother or her mother's husband.
And are there any concerns with her interactions with the child at this time?
Not at all.
Part of our concerns right now is that Natalie does not have a home of her own. Is she working on trying to come up with her own home?
Yes, she's working really hard to find that. She's employed. She did take a couple of weeks off. She just had her new baby. But her job is accepting her back after those 2 weeks, and she plans on getting a place of her own.
At this time, are we still asking that the court continue the department as temporary managing conservator of Javier so that we can continue to work with Natalie and help her get on her own if she finds a home?
At this time, yes.
Other than that, there aren't any concerns with her new child. There aren't any concerns with her with Javier.
No.
Child's father is Jose Lopez Montoya. Have you been in contact with Mr. Montoya?
I have not been able to contact him yet. I have written a letter, but have not been to the Down County Jail where he's incarcerated.
So he's currently incarcerated. Do you know what he's incarcerated for?
Believe it was a parole or probation violation.
Do you know if he has any immediate release dates or if what his status in the jail is this time?
He was supposed to be in there for 160 days. I believe he's served over half of that so far.
Prior to being incarcerated, did Mr. Montoya work any of the services set forth in his service plan?
He did not.
Would you agree with me that right now it would not be safe to return Javier to Mr. Montoya?
That is correct.
It'd be contrary to Javier's general welfare to do so?
Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Cook. Your Honor, I think I've asked all the questions I need to ask. I'll pass the witness at this time.
All right, thank you. So, Ms. Cook, as far as the mother's concerned, would it be a danger to the child to be returned to her today?
I think we would want to see her have her own place just to show that stability. But I wouldn't see any issues with having some unsupervised visits or, if mom needed to leave, her being left alone with Javier should be fine.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right, Ms. Lucero.
Your Honor, so Ms. Cook, Natalie's new baby's here and the baby wasn't removed and the baby's with her and Javier and Natalie's parents, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you stated that she has completed all her services and is doing well. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And so, and just kind of following up what you just stated, is the department opposed, just for her to be able to, I'm not saying move out, but just not be limited, to just supervise visits, if she needed to go to the store, that she could take Javier, just maybe take that supervision type, umbrella off of her for now. Are y'all okay with that?
Yeah, especially with them all living together, if she wants to take her kiddos out to the park or go to the store, or grandma needs to go to the store, I think that's perfectly fine.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Grant?
Ma'am, Jose Montoya was adjudicated as the father on November 20th, 2024, correct?
Yes.
And that was at our previous permanency hearing?
Yes.
And you've also done a paternity registry search and a search of previous orders in this case, correct?
I believe so, yes, ma'am.
Okay, if the file reflects that, you don't have any reason to disagree?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so if Jose Montoya wants to sign a voluntary relinquishment of parental rights, do you have any objection to him attempting to do that action?
No, ma'am. And that's what I was told he was wanting to do.
Okay, he actually has plans to leave to Texoma after this and has completed no services or engaged in any meaningful way. Would you agree?
Yes, ma'am.
And would you agree that he's expressed that he does not intend to do so due to his incarceration? Okay, pass the witness, Judge.
All right, thank you. Ms. McDaniel, as I said, she represents the child. She couldn't be here. She sent me a report, and I think maybe Ms. Cook covered this. She only said that Javier was struggling with his speech and suggested he needed speech therapy. And then I heard testimony. Ms. Cook, if Javier is going to get ECI services, if he has speech issues, they can take care of that, can't they?
Yes, ECI will be addressing that.
Okay, all right. That addresses Ms. McDaniel's only concern. So, all right, Mr. Albee, anything further from the department?
No, Your Honor. We rest.
All right, Ms. Lucero, any witnesses?
No witnesses, Your Honor. I just asked the court to consider removing that the supervised requirements for my client.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Grant, any witnesses?
No witnesses, Your Honor. I would just request that the department send over a voluntary relinquishment of father's parental rights so that I can try to get that executed in preparation for a final hearing.
Okay, all right then. Okay, then I will continue the department's temporary managed conservator. I'll continue Javier's current placement. And I'm just going to order that Ms. Silva can have unlimited, unsupervised contact with the child, which basically means obviously she's placed with, she's already in the same home with the grandmother. If she gets her own home, I think we would probably be ready to have a final hearing in this case. So I'll set the final for November 5th, 2025. It will be by Zoom like today's hearing. So parties can either talk to their lawyers or go on the court's online docket a day or two before November 5th to see exactly what time of day we'd had that hearing. In the meantime, if Mr. Montoya signs his relinquishment and if everybody's comfortable with mother, if she gets her own home, I'll be happy to move that date up, or I'll be happy just to sign an agreed order and we won't even have to have a final hearing. So, all right, that sounds like this one's going well. So, child. All right, we'll be in recess till 9:30. I'll be back to Mr. Albie's with us for the department. Ms. Ledbetter is with us for CASA. Ms. Archer is with us representing the children. Mr. Taylor is with us representing the mother. Ms. Ferguson, who is with us. Mr. Pirtle is with us representing the father. Ms. Thompson, I don't see him in the waiting room. Mr. Pirtle, were you expecting him?
Yes, Judge, I believe he was going to join.
Okay, well, he's not here yet, so we'll go ahead and I'll watch the waiting room for him. I have in the waiting room Jennifer Campos, Sheila Stevens, Chris Stevens, and Stephanie Corbett.
Judge, Jennifer Campos is my caseworker. I think the Stevens are the grandparents who we have recently done a home study on.
Are they going to be called as witnesses?
Not by me, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. If they're not witnesses, they'll need to watch it on YouTube. I'll be happy to bring them in. Sheila and Chris Stevens, they're the grandparents. Is that correct? Everybody's thinking, yes. Okay.
Good morning.
Morning. Mr. Stevens is still muted. I understand you're the grandparents in this case, and no one has indicated they're going to call you as witnesses. So you're not going to be allowed to stay in the hearing. However, it's being broadcast live on under Northern Panhandle Child Protection Court. So if you'd like to watch the hearing, you can go to that YouTube. Will be broadcast live.
Okay, it's Northern. Can you repeat the site again?
Northern Panhandle Child Protection Court.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And Shauna is currently placed where?
At Graceful New Beginnings in Spring, Texas.
And is that placement meeting all of her needs at this time?
Yes, they are meeting all of her needs at this time, yes, sir.
Are they making sure that she's attending all of her mental health, medical, and dental appointments?
Sir.
And has she done fairly well in that current placement?
Yes, she has.
Recently, there's been a home study done on the Stevens home.
Yes, sir.
And that's in Dalhart.
No, they actually live in Canyon, Texas.
Okay. And Shauna is familiar with that home?
Yes, sir.
And has she expressed an interest as to whether or not she wants to be placed in that home?
She does.
And that home study was approved?
Yes, sir.
Are we working on a date when we can get her moved to that home?
We are working, continuously working on her mental health before she actually is placed back in that home.
Because of her history and things that she's had to endure, there's some psychological issues, mental health issues. She's been going to counseling regularly for that.
Yes, sir.
Has she had contact with the Stevens on a regular basis?
Yes, she does.
Shauna's mother is Savannah Ferguson.
Yes, sir.
And has Savannah been ordered to work services through a service plan?
Yes, sir.
Has she been working the services in that service plan?
No, sir.
Has she informed you that she thinks that it would be in Shauna's best interest to be placed with the Stevens as opposed to in her home?
Yes, sir.
And so that's kind of what we've been working towards.
Yes, sir.
Does Shauna and Savannah have contact?
Yes, sir, they do.
And you're not opposed to that. We're not trying to place Shauna in Savannah's home at this time.
Correct. Yes, sir.
Shauna's father is Stephen Thompson.
Yes, sir.
And Shauna was actually removed from Mr. Thompson's care.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Thompson, Shauna had made outcries about Mr. Thompson physically assaulting her.
Yes, sir.
Recently, has Mr. Thompson signed an affidavit of relinquishment of his parental rights?
Yes, sir.
And are you aware that that's on file with the court?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I don't know if we've sent it to you, but we would ask that you take judicial notice of that affidavit of relinquishment signed by Mr. Thompson. At this time, it's on file with the court.
All right, so noted.
Ms. Campos, you didn't put any pressure on Mr. Thompson to sign that affidavit?
Yes, sir.
As far as you know, that affidavit was signed voluntarily by Mr. Thompson?
Yes, sir.
In fact, once Shauna was removed from his care, he immediately began discussing an affidavit of relinquishment with you and people from the department.
Yes, sir.
Today, do you feel, based upon your understanding of this case, that it would be in the best interest of Shauna for Mr. Thompson's parental rights to be terminated?
Yes, sir.
And we can do that based upon Thompson's affidavit?
Yes, sir.
Shauna would, she thinks that would be in her best interest.
Yes.
She doesn't want anything to do with Mr. Thompson. He's been physically and sexually assaulted to her. She doesn't want to have any contact with him.
Right.
And so with that in mind, are you asking the court to terminate Mr. Thompson's parental rights at this time?
Yes, sir.
Because we're asking that Mr. Thompson's parental rights be terminated because Ms. Ferguson is not requesting that Shauna be returned to her. You would agree with me that it would be unsafe to return Shauna to either parent today?
Yes, sir.
And contrary to her general welfare?
Yes, sir.
And we're working diligently to try to get her placed in a family home that she is comfortable with.
Yes, sir.
So you're asking the court to continue the department as temporary managing conservator of this child at this time?
Yes, sir.
That's witness, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Campos, what's the department's position on mother at this time? If she wants the child placed back with the grandparents, is the department seeking termination or just name her a possessory conservator or what?
Name her as a possessory conservator.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right, Mr. Taylor.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Savannah has been fully cooperative throughout this case, is she not?
Yes, sir, she has.
Is there anything that she needs to be doing that she's not doing?
You know, to continue to work on her relationship with Shauna. I would like to see family therapy to help with their relationship in the future. Things like that.
Is there any of that she can be doing with her living in Colorado? Does that distance make it difficult?
It does make it difficult, yes, sir. But I believe that I know it can be done through Zoom.
Okay. And is she working with you on that, discussing it with you?
Yeah, she's communicative with me. We speak through emails and stuff like that. So yes.
Okay. I'll pass witness, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Campos, is Ms. Ferguson aware that if she doesn't work any services, even though now the goal is to name her a possessory conservator, that could change before this case is over. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. I do believe so.
Well, if you haven't discussed that with her, please do, because if she wants to stay as a possessory conservator, then there's some things I think she could be doing to make her relationship better with her daughter. So that's just looking down the road. I'm just letting her know what could happen. So,
yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Pirtle, questions?
No questions.
All right. Ms. Archer, questions?
Yes, Judge. Ms. Campos, do you know if Shauna's therapist has had a chance to bring up the affidavit of relinquishment by Dad?
I don't believe so. No, ma'am.
Is that something that we can ask the therapist to cover?
Yes.
Okay. And this placement for Shauna, she hasn't been there long, correct?
Correct.
Have you had an opportunity to visit with her about how school's going since she was placed?
I did speak with her on Tuesday evening. She did sound like she was in a very good headspace. She was excited to go to school. I think they started school on Wednesday, I believe. I've not got an update on how that went for her. But she was super excited to start, and she's doing very well, better than she was before.
That's great. And you mentioned family therapy. Is family therapy being done with Sheila, the grandmother, as well?
It will be, yes, ma'am. I think that's very important.
And my last question is Shauna on any medications?
Yes, she is.
And are those being monitored monthly?
Yes, ma'am, they are.
I have no further questions.
All right, thank you. All right, then, Mr. Albee, any other witnesses?
No, Your Honor. We'll rest.
All right, thank you. Mr. Taylor, any witnesses?
I would call Savannah Ferguson briefly.
Okay.
Savannah, are you substantially in agreement with the testimony that Ms. Campos offered?
Yes, except I haven't been provided any information for the parenting classes or counseling that I'm supposed to be doing. That's the only reason I haven't started any of those things. If I can get information to get those things started, I will do them.
You're certainly willing.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Is there anything else that you would like to add to your testimony?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay. Thank you. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Albee, any questions?
No, Your Honor, I don't have any questions.
Mr. Michelson? I'm sorry, Mr. Michelson's not in this case. Mr. Pirtle?
No questions.
All right. And Ms. Archer?
I have no questions, no witnesses.
All right. Ms. Ferguson, we'll be sure they get you that information. I appreciate the fact that you're willing to do anything that will help Shauna, so appreciate that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Anyone else have further?
No, Your Honor.
All right, then. Ms. Archer, recommendations?
Yes, Judge, I have spoken to Shauna while she's been in each placement. I did invite her to attend today's hearing, but she was so excited about school, she did not want to miss it. I would recommend that she remain in her current placement. She seems to be, I know she hasn't been there long, but so far so good. And so that would be my recommendation today.
Okay. Well, I appreciate her enthusiasm for school. I never had that problem. So, all right. Casa, anything to add?
God damn it.
Casa?
No, we agree with what's been said.
Okay. All right. All right, then I will continue the department's temporary managing conservator. I'll continue Shauna's current placement. I'll order, I do find that it's in the best interest that the parental rights of the father, Stephen Thompson, be terminated. I'll terminate those rights today on an interlocutory basis based on Texas Family Code section 161.001, subsection B1K. taking notice that his affidavit of relinquishment is on file at this time. Okay, our next hearing will be the permanency review hearing. That will be on May 7th, 2025. That will be by Zoom like today's hearing, so parties and attorneys can go on the court's online docket a day or two before May 7th to see exactly what time we'll have that hearing. Mr. Albee is with us for the department. Ms. Talley is with us for CASA. Ms. McDaniel is with us representing the child. The mother, Christine Reed, and the father, Evan Reed, are not in the waiting room. Neither one has asked for an attorney so far, so I do
Judge,
have, excuse me, what?
Claire Grammer represents the Reeds. She may be in your waiting room.
She's not.
Okay.
I have Stephanie Corbett, Amanda Dyer, and Brian Armandaris.
If you'd bring all three of them in, please.
Okay. All right, I will go ahead and watch the waiting room for either Ms. Grammer or the Reeds. We'll go ahead and proceed in their absence. This case was set for 10:45. It's now 10:49. So, Mr. Albee, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would call Miss Amanda Dyer.
Okay.
A little background. Miss Reed and her sister, Gina, were made a part of a CPS case a year or so ago. Is that correct?
Yes.
And eventually, the court ordered that both of those children would be returned to their parents, and then our case was dismissed. Is that your understanding?
Yes, sir.
During that time, Molly, the child the subject of this suit, had numerous unexplained bruising during the time she was with her parents, and also some when she was not with her parents.
Yes, sir.
You were asked to investigate this case because of some concerns about some of that bruising.
Yes.
After your investigation, you contacted the Reeds with their attorney, Miss Grammer, with the understanding that you were going to close your investigation without further action.
Yes, sir.
That was, when was that meeting? Do you recall?
It was on, I'm trying to think the date. It was December 12th.
At that meeting, when you were closing your investigation, you discussed with the Reeds that because of possible genetic issues and that there might be additional investigations that would have to be done by the department.
Yes, sir.
Just because Molly seems to have a lot of unexplained bruising.
Yes.
At that time, did the Reeds advise you that through their attorney that they wish to turn the child over to the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services?
Yes, sir.
Since that time, have you received from the parents, Christine and Evan Reed, affidavits of relinquishment of their parental rights?
I have not.
If I told you that I received those and filed those with the court, does that sound like what the Reeds had been talking to you about?
Yes, sir.
You, as far as you know, you nor anybody from the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services encouraged the Reeds to sign affidavits of relinquishment. You didn't put any pressure on them. You didn't tell them that they had to do that we were going to do anything to them if they did that.
No.
And you, when you had your conversations with the Reeds, you did that with their attorney present.
Yes, on December 12th.
At this time, Molly's in the care of the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. Do you know where she is currently placed?
Yes, she is in Hale Center in a foster home.
And has she had all of her appropriate doctor's visits and exams since she was removed?
Yes.
And how's she doing in that placement?
She's doing good.
Based upon the fact the Reeds turned her over to you and then signed affidavits of relinquishment, do you believe that it would be unsafe to order that Molly be returned to them at this time?
Yes, sir.
I believe there would be a continuing danger if she was to be returned to her parents.
Yes, sir.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Albee, is the department asking that I do interlocutory terminations today or not?
I will, Your Honor, but I'd like to do that with Stephanie Corbett when I call her as a witness, please.
Okay. All right. All right, then, Ms. McDaniel, questions?
No questions, Your Honor.
All right. All right, Mr. Albee, your next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would call Ms. Stephanie Corbett.
Okay.
You're her caseworker in this particular case?
Yes, sir.
And you were actually her caseworker in the prior case?
Yes, sir.
And there were issues during the prior case with unexplained bruising with Molly?
Yes, sir.
And we were ordered to return Molly to her parents by the courts, and then our case was dismissed in that prior case.
Yes, sir.
Recently, have you had an opportunity to talk to Molly?
Yes, I have.
She's doing okay in her current placement in Health Center?
Yes, sir.
Has she asked you about seeing her sister or her siblings?
No, she has not.
Has she asked you about seeing the Reeds?
No.
Does she feel comfortable, in your opinion, does she feel comfortable in her current placement?
Yes, sir.
Have you had any contact with the Reeds since the removal?
Yes, I have.
Did they advise you that they wish to have their parental rights terminated?
Yes, they did.
Based upon what you know in the prior case, in this case, do you believe that it would be in Molly's best interest to have the parents, Christine and Evan Reed's parental rights terminated?
Yes, sir.
You feel like that it would be safe for Molly, it would be safer for Molly to have her parental rights terminated than it would be for her to be returned home?
Yes, sir.
There have been doubts from a year ago as to whether or not it would be safe. And I apologize, Your Honor. I don't know what the dogs are barking at, but if that's a problem, I apologize. Now, Ms. Corbett.
It's not a problem unless my dog starts barking at your dog. Then, then we've got an issue.
Ms. Corbett, do you feel that Molly is going to do better outside of the home of the Reeds than she has been during the time she's been with the Reeds home?
Yes, sir.
You've reviewed her file from back when she was adopted by the Reeds?
Yes.
Are you asking the court then to terminate Christine and Evan Reed's parental rights at this time?
Yes, sir.
You're asking that the court continue the department as temporary managing conservator of Molly at this time?
Yes, sir.
You believe all that's in Molly's best interest?
Yes, sir.
That's what you are.
All right, thank you. So basically, we're just going to do an interlocutory termination now, and we'll do the final whenever.
Yes, Your Honor, and this will be an expedited case. It won't take us very long to get to that point.
All right. Okay, then, Ms. McDaniel, any questions?
No questions, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Albee, any other witnesses today?
No, Your Honor. Rest.
All right. Ms. McDaniel, did you have any witnesses?
No, Your Honor, I did not.
All right. Ms. McDaniel, recommendations?
My recommendation would be for Molly to continue her placement where she is. And I think it's in the best interest of the child for the parental rights to be terminated. When I spoke to Molly, she seemed like she was very happy in her placement and just enjoying getting loved on by them and learning the different responsibilities of being a kid and learning to be with her siblings as well. But she seemed to be doing very good.
All right. Thank you. All right. Ms. Talley, does Costa have anything to add?
Nothing to add, Your Honor. We're in agreement with all parties.
Okay. Give me just a second here. Okay, then based upon the evidence I've heard today, I will continue the department as temporary managing conservator and continue Molly's current placement. I do find based on the evidence I've heard today, as well as the affidavits of relinquishment signed by Christine Reed, the mother, and Evan Reed, the father. I do find that it's in Molly Reed's best interest that the parental rights of both parents be terminated. I'll terminate those rights today on an interlocutory basis based on Texas Family Code Section 161.001, subsection B1K, as well as based on the affidavits of relinquishment that are on file. All right, I was going to set a status hearing for the next hearing. Mr. Albee, how do we want to proceed from this point on?
Judge, if you just set a review hearing in 6 months, we'll probably be able to finish it at that point in time, but I hate to jump the gun too quick. And we may ask for a quicker final if you do that.
Okay, well, I'll have to set it within 120 days, but I'll go ahead and set something just like we would otherwise. We probably don't need it as early as I was going to set the status for February 5th. So I don't know. Let me see if I see some other dates. About how long out do you want me to set the next one, Mr. Albee?
Judge, if you would set it towards the end of March or the 1st of April, I think that would be satisfactory.
Okay. I might let Brittany or Leslie or both of you. I've just got next hearings we're going to have on all the hearings we're having today. And I don't show anything in April, so I'm sure we have some.
Let me look.
I see March 19th. If there's only a couple hearings that day.
Okay. Does that work, Mr. Albee?
Yes, that works for us too.
That'll work, Your Honor.
Okay.
Judge, we could go ahead and make that a final if you want to.
Okay. We can always treat it as something else if we need to. I can treat it as a permanency hearing if we need to. Obviously, just so the record's clear, we're not setting the status hearing because the parents have relinquished, so there's no one that we could order to do services anyway. So, okay. Okay, so I will set a final for March 19th, 2025. That will be by Zoom like today's hearing, so parties and attorneys can go on the court's online docket a day or two in advance of March 19th to see exactly what time we'll have that hearing. Okay, our next hearing will be at 11:15. Department. That is Ms. Williamson is with us for CASA. Ms. Kincaid is with us representing the child, and Mr. Michelson is with us representing the mother, Ms. Wright, who is also with us. The alleged father, Mr. Slater, is not with us, and he's not in the way. All right, I have Erin Tyndall in the waiting room.
Judge, I think she's going to be my caseworker, so if you bring her in.
Okay.
And then, Judge, if you would allow me to have a breakout room with Jay and Savannah, I might be able to resolve this case.
Sure. Okay, where do we stand?
Judge, I think that we can announce the following, the following agreements that the department would be continued as temporary managing conservator of the child. Ms. Wright will be ordered to work services at a later date after we determine what those services need to be done. She will continue to get visitation as per the DFPS policy. Your Honor, we have been in contact with Mr. Slater. He has made it known that he would like to have genetic testing done to prove that he is the father. So we would ask that you order that a genetic test be done on Mr. Slater.
Okay. And where's the child currently placed, city or county, and type of facility?
Foster care. Oh, sorry.
She's in Amarillo in a foster home.
Okay, thank you.
No, Jesus.
All right, then. Mr. Albee, anything further?
No, I think that's our agreement. No.
All right, Mr. Michelson, anything further?
That's our agreement. Mother would like additional visitation since the baby's an infant as far as bonding goes. I think she has 1 hour a week right now. She would like that increased if possible.
Well, we're going to be back at a status hearing on January 31st. Let's see how she proceeds with her services.
Okay.
If there's anything she can be doing now, unless Mr. Albee, does the department have a problem with increasing visitation?
Judge, we're just getting started here, and there's a lot of ins and outs. So I think by the 31st, we'll have a better grasp of that. And I don't anticipate that we'll have issues, but I don't want to commit at this time.
Okay, I tend to agree. All right, Ms. Kincaid, anything you need to add on behalf of the child?
No, the child is doing well in placement.
All right, you're in agreement with this agreement announced?
I am, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, CASA, are y'all in agreement?
I don't know if we have Costa, Your Honor. Oh, there's Nita.
Yeah, she's here. Nita's there.
Okay.
She may be having trouble unmuting. All right, I'm going to assume that they're in agreement. So.
Unmute. Oh, sorry. Yeah, my stuff was not unmuting.
Miss Wright, I wasn't speaking with you. I'm going to go ahead and mute you. Okay, then I will approve that agreement. I'll continue the department as temporary managing conservator and continue the child's current placement. I will order paternity testing for Gabriel Slater and the child. We will have the status hearing on January 31st, 2025. That will be by Zoom like today's hearing, so parties and attorneys can go on the court's online docket a day or two in advance of January 31st to see what time we'll have that hearing. All right. Mr. Albee, we had one more that was an adversary at noon, a Gray County case on Rodriguez. I've been told that's been non-suited.
We're in the process of that, Your Honor. I'm not sure what the status of that order is, but the child's been returned to mom at this point in time. So we ask that you vacate that hearing. That was the last one I had, Your Honor. So
yeah.
May I be excused?
You may. And for any of you, I don't know that, I guess Ms. Kincaid's involved. I'll be back at noon to call Jeff Smith. Mr. Graff is with us for the department. Ms. Olivas is with us for CASA. Ms. McDaniel's representing the children. Mr. Northern's representing the father.
You froze again.
Deaf Smith County case. Mr. Graff is with us for the department. Ms. Olivas is with us for CASA. Ms. McDaniel's representing the children who's with us. Ms. McDaniel's with us. Mr. Northern represents the father, Mr. Cepeda, who is with us. And Ms. Kincaid represents the mother, Ms. Cruz, who's with us. That accounts for all the parties. I have Haven Doucette and Tessa Crow in the waiting room.
We need both of them, Your Honor. Tessa is the CASA and Ms. Doucette is my witness.
Okay. All right. I did not receive any reports on today's hearing, so I only know what I knew from when we had the status hearing. So.
Yeah, I realized that, Judge. I'm new to the case, and I think the parties know St. Francis' position. Your Honor does not, but Ms. Doucette can give the update for the court.
Okay. All right, then we are ready to proceed. Mr. Graff.
Thanks, Your Honor. Gene Graff, Haven Doucette, on behalf of St. Francis Ministries, prepared to proceed.
All right. Who's your witness?
Ms. Doucette.
Okay. All right. You know, I used to tell everybody that it's looking at this screen, it's like Hollywood Squares, and all the young lawyers didn't have a clue what I was talking about. But I noticed that show is coming back next week. So now the young lawyers will know what that old judge is talking about.
But no Paul Lind, Your Honor. No Paul Lind.
That's right. It won't be the same without Paul Lind. So you're right. All right. You may proceed.
Thank you. Ms. Doucette, you're the current caseworker in the Cepeda matter?
Yes,
And how long have you been assigned?
since removal in July.
Okay. And at this point in time, all parties entitled to service have been served. Is that correct?
Yes,
Okay. And mother and dad are both present. There are no lingering issues of paternity, correct?
no,
Okay. And I understand that the child was placed back with her father at the adversary hearing. Is that correct?
yes, her and her brother.
Okay. Thank you. The children. And at this point in time, are there any concerns about that placement?
They're placed with the father, but they mostly stay with the paternal grandparents, which are Ray's parents.
Okay. Are you advocating for any kind of changes to that arrangement in terms of placement today?
No.
Okay. And at this point in time, how are the children doing in their current placement?
They're doing very well. I haven't gotten to see them this month due to the weather, but last month I went and took presents and they were very happy. Ray's growing. He's jumping in his bouncer. Camilla was opening her presents. She was very excited and they're doing very well.
Okay. And no psychotropic medications for these kiddos?
No.
Okay. And any additional services or plans needed to meet any particular special needs, or are all their needs being met at this time?
All their needs are being met.
Okay. And any changes to the designation of the decision maker or anything like that?
No, sir.
Okay. Are the parents compliant with the temporary orders and the service plan, and what is the extent of their progress at this time?
They have both completed parenting classes, and Megan has completed a psychological and a drug alcohol course, and they're compliant as they go and drug screen when sent by me, and they respond to all my text messages and phone calls.
Okay. And I understand the mom is also doing drug testing through community supervision because of a probation. Is that right?
Yes, both her and Ray do.
Okay. And is there a need for any additional services at this time for these parents?
No.
Okay. Is your recommendation that the case continue at this time, or would you be recommending a dismissal?
A dismissal.
Okay. And why is that?
I've done multiple unannounced at the children at the babysitter and daycare. They're clean, have appropriate clothing on. They say that only Ray brings them. Mom does not bring them. I've done unannounced at the home, the paternal grandparents' home, and all supervision. Megan is supervised by his parents when he's visiting them, and there's appropriate activities being done between them, and she displays appropriate parenting behaviors.
Okay, so you don't feel there's any imminent risk at this point that would justify continued involvement?
No.
Okay. And do you believe dismissal is in the children's best interest at this time?
I do.
Okay, thank you. Pass the witness.
All right. So the department's just asking I dismiss it and let the parents work out their own issues as far as who keeps the child when. I don't need to name anyone managing and anyone possessory. Is that correct, Mr. Graff?
I believe that's St. Francis' position, Your Honor. We spoke at length. I also spoke with Mr. Northern about this today, and I think the St. Francis believes that the risks are sufficiently mitigated, that mom is sufficiently far enough along with probation and providing clean UAs and so forth, and they have a cooperative relationship. So
Right.
That's their position today, Your Honor.
Okay, good. That's the way I like to leave them. The parents are getting along. That's nice to hear. So, all right, Ms. Kincaid, any questions?
No questions, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Northern, any questions?
No questions, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. McDaniel, any questions?
Just a few, Your Honor.
Okay.
Haven, obviously, you have met with both of the parents. Is that correct?
Yes.
And are they living together currently?
Yes.
Okay. So both of them would have full access to the children at all times?
The children stay with Mr. Zepetta's parents, and then Ray and Megan stay in a separate house.
Okay, but when the children are at the house with Ray and Megan, they both have access to the children?
Yes.
So Megan can see them unsupervised?
The visits are supervised currently by his parents because that's where they reside. They don't go to their house, to Ray and Megan's home.
Okay. So you're saying after, if this is dismissed, Megan would have the unsupervised visits?
Yes.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
All right. Anything else, Mr. Graff, from the department?
Just a brief follow-up question. Mother having unsupervised contact once we're out of the case, you don't believe that that is a current imminent safety threat, do you?
I do not. I think that she's been displaying appropriate behaviors while being supervised by the paternal grandparents.
Okay, and you've indicated that she's demonstrated sobriety. I understand she's employed.
Yes.
So at this point in time, whatever came before, she seems to be managing well.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Nothing further.
All right. All right, anything further from anyone?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. McDaniel, are you in agreement with what we're doing today?
Your Honor, full disclosure, I've obviously just came into this case pretty recent. I was able to review everything and I was able to lay eyes on the children. They really weren't able to talk to me based on their age, but I don't have any problems with them being placed with mom and dad at this point. My only concern is maybe just to not get out quite yet, leave it open to maybe potential future if something happens in the future that we need to have a hearing about. That's really my only concern at this point, is I just feel like things have moved very fast. And I had heard that maybe dad wasn't participating completely like he should. So I just want to make sure everybody is doing exactly what they should, especially if they're staying with their grandparents a lot.
Okay. Well, I understand your concern, but seems to me between the parents and the grandparents, there's nowhere where these kids are unsafe. So I don't really see any need for the department to stay in it any longer. So what about CASA? What's CASA's position?
We wanted to stay a little bit longer in the case also, just a few months, just to see how it goes. There's no concern safety either with the children, but we just wanted to be a little bit longer, be present as CASA to represent parents and kids, just to make sure everything's okay.
Okay. Again, I understand your concerns, but I don't see the need. It's refreshing to see the cases move that fast. So, and I understand the potential risk, but I don't see anything that raises a really red flag for me. So then I'm going to grant the department's motion to dismiss the case. Since we are dismissing the case and not entering any kind of conservatorship orders, then there'll be no need for any further hearings in the future. Okay, I had a Gray County adversary set for 12/15 that's been non-suited. So, and my only other hearing is at 1:30, and that is a Randall County case. So that will conclude our hearing today. Everybody's dismissed, and everybody have a good weekend.
Thank you, Judge. You too.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Judge,
Yeah.
Nori's going to do the 1:30.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, thank you. I'll see you Monday.
Okay, get ready.
I know.
Big docket.
Yeah. I might have to come down with some kind of sickness before Monday.
Yeah. All righty.
See you then.
Ms. Gutierrez is with us for the department. I'm sorry, Miss Wiggins, we haven't gotten all those changed yet. I about called you Mr. Ingram. Miss Wiggins is with us for the department. I'm sorry, representing the child.
That one's going to take a little getting used to.
It is. It really is. All right. And Mr. Hill is with us representing the mother, Miss Watson, who is with us. The father, Mr. Montes, is with us. He is not represented. Before we get started, Mr. Montes, if you would unmute. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Do you have video?
My webcam is acting up. Sorry.
All right. Mr. Montes, I need to admonish you, you have the right to an attorney. If you can't afford an attorney, you have the right to ask the court to consider whether or not you're entitled to a court-appointed attorney based on being indigent. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you want to ask for an attorney today?
Yes.
All right. Have you been given the paperwork to fill out for a court-appointed attorney?
No.
All right. We need to get that to you today. You also have the right to ask that I postpone or continue this hearing until I've had a chance to look at that material and see whether or not you are entitled to a court-appointed attorney. Do you want to ask that I continue on this hearing today?
Yes, I would ask for a continuance, please.
All right. You can only have one until next Friday at the latest. We have certain deadlines to hold this hearing, and the deadline is next Friday. I only have one hearing next Friday. So, Mr. Hill, would you be available?
I believe so, Judge. Let me check right quick.
And Miss Wiggins, Miss Gutierrez, are y'all available? Because it's not a Randall County case I have next Friday.
That's okay. I'm available all day. I prefer the afternoon. I've got some meetings already set in the morning, Your Honor, but this, of course, would take priority.
I can't do it in the afternoon, but I could do it late morning if that helps you.
No, Your Honor, we could just do it in the morning and I'll move my meetings.
Okay.
Judge, I'm sorry. Actually, I need late morning as well. I do have an in-person court hearing on the 17th in the first thing.
Okay. What I have is one permanency hearing at 9 o'clock. I can set it. What works, Mr. Hill?
If we could do 11, I would assume that would get me past my hearing.
Okay, I'll be happy to do 11:30 if you want, just to be sure.
Okay, that'd be great. Thank you.
Okay. All right, Mr. Montes, I'm gonna have you get with. Well, I've got so many people in the waiting room. You can tell me. I have Brandy Pate, Jared Ariano, Ismar Pineda, and Tiffany Brown. You want to get them all in to tell them what's going on?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you so much.
And then we'll just see who needs to get him that paperwork.
And Your Honor, we do anticipate this adversary hearing with the motion for aggravated circumstances to be about an hour and a half. I don't know if that affects when the court wants to place it.
No, I'm good till at least 2 o'clock. So okay, I believe everybody's in. This is Judge Graham. We have just called the Montes adversary hearing. The father's asked for continuance till the court can consider whether or not he's entitled to a court-appointed attorney, which the court's going to grant. We're going to reschedule this case for next Friday at 11:30. It will be by Zoom, just like today's hearing, so everyone can go on the court's online docket, or you'll get the notice of when that the Zoom link for that. Let's see. I do need to know for my records where the child's currently placed, just city or county, and what type of facility.
He's in Amarillo with his mother.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else we need to take up today?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Ms. Gutierrez, did you have any witnesses that were under subpoena?
No, Your Honor, I did not. Thank you, though.
Okay. All right. All right. Then this was our last case for the day. We'll stand in recess, and I will see everybody back next Friday, 17th at 11:30 a.m. Y'all have a
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Nori.
No problem, Judge. Have a good day.
Okay, you too. Have a good weekend.